That's right. You hear that sound, and you are in another Grow Room episode with Chip Baker. This is The Real Dirt with Chip Baker, and on today's Dirt, I once again have Freaux from Jive Cannabis, and we're just kind of like hanging out in my new mother room talking about cannabis construction techniques. We're talking about HVAC and fans and lighting and how he built his room and how I built my room and how maybe we might do it a little differently in the future. So, hey, if you're interested in grow room construction, I want you to sit back, roll up the largest joints you can, and join us for another episode of The Real Dirt. All right, man, here we are.
What's going on, Chip? Thanks for having me on once again, man.
Oh, I know, man. It seems like forever since we had you here at the studios. I know you last time you were here, we just laughed and laughed.
Yeah, it's always a good time with you, man. Can't help but to laugh sometimes, you know?
Oh, absolutely, man. I remember we sampled like so much different weed. It was great. But here we're over here in my newly constructed multi-purpose grow room. Right now, this is a big mother room. What do you think?
I think it looks awesome. How many lights you said was in here?
Man, I got 66 lights in here. You know, 66 is my lucky number, and we've overclocked this room a little bit. It's about 15% more light than we should be running in here, but we're just dimming it down with the Troll Master. You know the Troll Master.
Yeah, Troll Master is a great product. We use that over at Jive.
Yeah, I got mine at Cultivate OKC, and you can get yours at cultivateokc.com. As a matter of fact, that's I got mine there. Did you get yours there?
We sure did.
You might have got yours from Cultivate, Colorado, even.
No, I think one's for Oklahoma. Mine originally might have got the ones.
Cultivate OKC, that's right. All right, cool. Well, I love my Troll Master, and we've got these dimmed down to 50%, and that's one of the cool things about it. These are they're 1,000-watt Phantom double-endeds, and we have them all linked up daisy chain with a data cable that all goes to the control unit, the Troll Master control unit, and we have it dimmed down to 50%.
No, it looks great. What you got? That's what the unit starter looks like. You're looking to kind of put them up there. Is that what that is?
Yeah, this is the way we like to build grow rooms. You know, with my Cultivate OKC and Cultivate Colorado, we do supply for all this equipment. But our other company, Greener Group, we build grow rooms or advise people on building grow rooms, and this is the way I like to tell people to do it. Right? It's efficient. It's effective. You do the math of the lights and you just mount the lights at one point on the ceiling. We basically build a unistrut frame, and on that unistrut frame, we run some conduit, some electrical, but we also hang our lights from it too. Right, and it makes it a real sturdy system. It adds a little bit of weight to the roofs, and it is a little costly, but you can see how easy it is that it just mounts right up to the unistrut.
No, it looks great. I mean, it's a super pretty room in here, Chip. I like the way you got it set up a lot. And you said these are going to be moms that you're going to take clones of to go outside this year?
Yeah, it is. It's early May. We're taking clones of all of these right now. We have a bunch of clones already. And we also have a clone nursery in OKC, or my wife has a clone nursery there. So these are all for the Oklahoma medical cannabis commercial market and for here at our farm.
Yeah, nice big healthy moms in here. The little setup and schematics you got in the room. The plants seem to really like it with the lights, fans, well ducted AC. You got it nice and insulated. Electric work is really uniform and clean.
Oh, yeah, the AC just kicked off.
It's a lot quiet in here now, huh?
Oh, it is, man. Yeah, we turned all the fans off so we could have this episode here, but you can feel the light intensity, but the room's holding temperature pretty good.
Yeah, it's holding temperature great.
We struggle with some of the AC, man. We got an AC guy. He came in here. I would never recommend him. He put all of this equipment in for us. It looked pretty. All the angles were almost right and straight, and then it just didn't work.
Why was that?
They didn't do the math properly on the ducting size. They had one of the units wired on heat when it should be on cool. So one unit was coming on heat when everything was coming on cool. Right.
This is redone now?
Yeah, and then I got some other guys that actually work with us over at Greener Group. They kind of redesigned the system they had here. They pulled in this main plenum right here. They pulled off these vents like directly off the side, right? They calculated all of the airflow that was supposed to go through here, and the previous guy didn't do any of that. Fortunately, I got the right HVACs and all of that was spec'd out, but my guy came in, he's an engineer. He engineers HVAC stuff, and he just kind of did it for a favor and retuned all this stuff retuned all my HVACs, and man, it's been working flawlessly ever since then.
No, it looks beautiful. When you were saying earlier, I was kind of like, well, it looks great in here, but you said the other guy came in and did this, but yeah, he did a great job.
Yeah, we added in all of this soft ducking on here, right, where we had to, and some back here and back here, where the other guy didn't quite calculate for the steel ducking. But yeah, man, testament in like getting a poor quality contractor, even though they can like talk a big game and they look good and their truck looks clean and they got a pin in their shirt, does not mean that they really know what they're doing.
Oh, I know. Unfortunately, that's definitely not the case. But you do get a good one, though. You got to hold on to him because in a lot of those cases, especially people who aren't familiar, like and have experience actually doing, setting up a grow room. It's just like a regular HVAC guy kind of winging it or whatnot. There is a specific, equation as far as like, your square footage, how many lights, all that goes into it. So somebody who's like familiar with that and can, have the correct formula to build out a grow room to where it needs to be and keep the environmental controls, sound. That's, somebody you definitely want to hold on to. And there's a lot of people out there that think they know, but, their work proves otherwise.
Yeah, absolutely, and many people just know experience in cannabis, and they don't really look at this for what it is, right? They either think they know better, or they won't observe the situation because, oftentimes I find these people that come with this arrogance or entitlement of not being involved with cannabis.
Yeah, no.
Right.
And it seems like a lot of those type of guys too, always got a better way. They can do this or prove that, but
let's jack this thing up, man. I'm going to pull the catalytic converter off so we get a little bit more flow. You know what I'm saying?
Straight up.
No, man, my cousin, he'll pass your smog. No problem.
That's hilarious, man.
True story.
Yeah, that's wild. I would say, man, the sometimes experience and stuff like that and just, knowing it, outweighs what somebody would think. I mean, until you're actually, doing it yourself and have R&D to know what works and not. And it's, was always looking for ways to improve, but, it's all through trial and error and, you got to actually do it. So there's a lot of good ideas out there people have, but, until you try it, you never know. And a lot of times people try new stuff and it doesn't work,
Yeah, right. And, we're paying for it. So I don't want to have an experiment if I can. And, Oh, hey, speak about something that's held a testament of time. Georgia Pine right here, a.k.a. Gills Nils. Or Gills Nils, a.k.a. Georgia Pine. Man, this is from the Swamp Boys. I love this weed. It is just incredible growing. I love to smoke it. It's got zero name. It doesn't look like much of anything.
Makes great water hash. Yields good too.
I mean, it's just greasy as I move my hands over it. Like, oh man, this stuff is great. I really love it. It's an old school.
She's a happy girl right there too.
Yeah, we were talking about the fans earlier, man. And so I don't have any horizontal fans here. I don't have any wall mount fans, right? You pointed this out.
Yeah.
And you asked me what I thought about the way I had my fans going. And what's going on here is we have all of our fans. They're blowing horizontally right under the lights on the ceiling. You can check this video out or Instagram out on YouTube or on Instagram, and you can see what we're talking about. And it circulates the air, right? And that's the principle we're going. We're trying to circulate all of the cool air coming down from the HVAC. We're trying to blow the hot air from the lights around the room and cause the air in a circular motion to start to move. And there's no direct fans on any of these buds, right?
No, I know. That's the first thing I noticed when I was asking you about. I know a lot of people are kind of starting to move the fans up to the ceiling and moving air like that. And I was wondering what you thought. But I can really see the difference from when it turned on to not. I mean, it stirs it up great with it actually having like an oscillating fan on the wall and kind of hitting the plants and stuff. Those
oscillators take up so much room, man.
Yeah, they do. And then, they blow directly on your plants, which can, cause some, burns or, stuff like that on your plants. But I really like the way you got it set up like that. And I mean, I could definitely feel the airflow. All the plants were moving. It seemed like pretty much all the room was like circulating the room where it was to emulate just like that without having, like you said, take up space or, have a, fan blowing directly on your plants, especially those plants close to the wall,
It's still loud.
Yeah, it's definitely loud. So you liking the way that's working so far?
Yeah. Oh, man, it works great. When you do the math, though, it only says it should have like 12 fans in here, or maybe even 9. But like the reality is we have like 18 or maybe 20.
At least it looks like at least 15.
Yeah. Let's count them. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think there's 26.
Dang.
Yeah.
That's a lot. But it's
that 1, 2, 3. I can't count, man. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 20. Okay, well, that time I got 19.
How much you got?
Got 19 then.
That looks about right. I'll take your word on that right there.
Yeah, well, we threw a couple random ones in here, so the math doesn't quite work out. We got 6 over here, we got 3 in the middle, and then we've got 8 over here. There it is. 19.
No, I like that setup a lot. I was kind of looking into, it seems like I was saying earlier, a lot of people switching to the blow-in air with the fans up, up top. I'm gonna probably give it a whirl myself, see how I work it out, try in the room, see how it does, but it seems to be working great for you, Chip.
Yeah, man, we've been doing it for years. We build rooms this way for Greener Group all the time and for other people. And if you're building out a new room, it really does help in your square footage. I really don't like the oscillating fans. Just one more thing that's going to move, that's gonna break, or you just got to pay $1 million for the oscillating fans. There's just no easy way around it. Mm-hmm. But in the hydroponic industry, I'm guilty of this. Cultivate Colorado, Cultivate OKC, our distributors have been selling us these fans. We have been promoting them. They're inexpensive fans, but they're just not that great. And people come in and demand an inexpensive fan, and that's what they're going to get is a wall fan that might not have the best performance. Mm-hmm. Right? You pay a little bit more for these, steel 18-inch, hanging fans, and I won't replace these.
Yeah, and it seems like it pushes more air, especially up top like that. Definitely more powerful,
Yeah, absolutely. So when you were building your recent room here, what were some of the things that surprised you, the ideas you had about the way you were going to build it and the way that it ended out?
Some stuff that was surprising. Honestly, when we first set up the new rooms that we built out in the back building, the one that you came over and toured that one time, we had it set up to try to work toward the room because we had limited space and we wanted to try to make as many rooms as we could or whatnot. So in a sense, we kind of had an overlit room, but the way it was set out, but then we try to put some science behind it, checking the lumens or whatnot, and we kind of had to go back and set up the rows a little bit better, it doesn't look as crisp, but it's better for the room as far as square footage and having a good light spread over the canopy. I would say also too, we kind of had to position some ductwork in some of our original rooms that we started with or whatnot. Added quite a bit of ductwork to try to help with some hot spots were occurring and some microclimates. When we added that type of airflow to it, it was able to kind of mitigate a lot of those issues. But I think it's one of the things really any grower, different techniques come out. They see a buddy that's doing something different. I think it's always good to try to improve on whatever you can or whatnot. I know some stuff that we're kind of looking to at Jive. We're looking into, going into maybe doing some like table and trellising instead of, doing some staking, maybe even looking into some.
Oh yeah, man! I've got all the tables just came in for this room. Yeah. This room we got some construction, and I got some stuff to clean up after I built, and we'll go into that in a minute. But we're gonna put tables throughout this whole thing.
It's going to look super crisp when you get those tables.
Yeah, one of the things I talk to people about putting a grow room together, and we just talked about the things that didn't quite work out, is you need to plan for that in your construction, right? You can get competent people can think about things, but unless every room is a package, and they never are. People want to use different controllers, electricians use different equipment. I only use square D, right? Like stuff like that. And I do. I only use Square D. People use different controllers. It all ends up being different. So this room specifically, you can see all of my thermostats. The electrician thought it was good to put them all in one spot.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Right. So all my thermostats for the room, the dehumidifier, the dehumostat, all of them. All 5 thermostats.
That's where your sensors are at?
Yeah, that's for my all sensors.
Oh my God.
Right. So I'm gonna have to pull all those out, and I'm gonna place them on each one of the corners, basically, and then just one in the middle.
Yeah.
I'll put them in on 2 stages at least then.
Yeah.
Right. So that way 2 of them will come on and 3 of them will come on. Right.
That sounds like a good setup right there.
Right. But that's not the way it's set up right now. Yeah. But if I had come in here, go, put the tables in, go, I would have fucked up because the HVAC didn't work.
Mm-hmm.
Right off the bat.
Yeah.
Right. And now I've been growing in here for a little bit because this is just a mom room. And now I'm like, okay, I need to change. And this didn't work out quite well for me. And I'm able to dial it in.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing about always kind of improving your techniques and dialing it in. And, any way you can improve in that, you want to, try to improve from harvest to harvest, you definitely put a lot of time and effort in, to growing it, and you want to be able to have the right tools to make you succeed. And if there's, better stuff you can do, you always want to improve it, the best you can,
Hey guys, just a quick break to tell you about Cultivate OKC, Cultivate Colorado. I got into the hydroponic supply business 2009. I had wanted to open up a retail hydroponic store for years, and I was already making potting soil at that point, maybe some fertilizers and some other stuff I was into. I hadn't opened up a retail shop, and I got this opportunity to open one up in California. Right as I was fixing to open up down in Riverside, Colorado came along. Ended up being better, bigger opportunity. Opened up our Colorado stores, and, man, we've been off to the races ever since. Now we're in Colorado and in Oklahoma. We ship all over the country and even the world, man. It's amazing the people that call us, contact us that needs some equipment to grow their fine cannabis with. So if you need any help, any equipment, if you want to come to a great grow store where people don't judge you, we're not click oriented, we're just there to help you grow, man, come see us at Cultivate. Cultivate Colorado. We're on exit 206, I-25. We're also on the Stapleton, Monaco exit there on I-70. And down in Oklahoma City, our newest store, and man, probably our nicest showroom right now, is we're right on the corner of 10th and Meridian. So come check us out, 1101 North Meridian. Yeah, man. If you got any questions about growing, no matter if you're big or small, just come on in. We'd be glad to chat with you. Hey guys, I know everyone who's listening, we all love the real dirt. I mean, I love the real dirt. But you know what I love even more than the real dirt is actually growing in dirt. That's right. Growers High Porosity Cocoa Formula. That's my potting soil. Man, I've gone through so much trouble and research to build the cleanest, most effective potting soil for growing cannabis. Man, we built all this stuff inside. I break all the pallets, all the raw materials down on the morning. I push it through our machine. We use a series of conveyor belts. There's no cross-contamination. Everything's machine mixed. It's all made and mixed by volume. It goes directly into a bag. By the end of the day, everything that we started at the start of the day, all the raw materials, they've turned into bagged product that's all stored inside. Now, the importance of this is every other potting soil company, they don't do it like that. Here's how they do it. They take their raw materials, whether it's cocoa peat, perlite, forest humus, compost, sand, whatever they got, and they make a huge pile of it outside with big industrial equipment. They use tons of diesel to do this, tons of diesel fuel on the grinders, on the screeners, on the loaders, and they leave these huge piles out that's just like a petri dish for cross-contamination from weeds, seeds, bugs, whatever is capable of living in it. And it does, and it will. And then they take these piles and they bring them into another facility that's probably also not indoors. Very few of them are. They're usually covered tin sheds or something like that. And they bag up the potting soil. They wrap it up, pallet it up, clean it off nice and pretty. And then when it gets shipped to you, you think it's this great product. But in reality, it's just like some dirt on the ground that people have shoveled up and put it in a nice plastic bag. And the potential for it to be full with everything from root aphids to fungus gnats to contaminants, it's mind-boggling, actually, at how bad it could be. And it's really not that bad comparatively. But our product is so clean. We go through so much trouble, from the RO water to the clean cement to the way that we move all this product around with conveyor belts instead of using big loaders. I mean, I've been making potting soil most of my adult life, and I am now using 1/10 of the petroleum products to make this potting soil. 1/10, and that's almost all in diesel fuel, all in propane with forklifts, because of the way that we've situated our plant and made it this really great, environmentally friendly, weed, bug, seed-free product. So check it out, man. Growerscocoa.com. Hop on your computer right now. Go to growerscocoa.com. Check out our website. If we're not in your community, ask your local grow store. He can get it in. If you're in Colorado or in Oklahoma, man, come to some Cultivates, and we definitely got it. Thanks, guys, and let's get back to the episode. I was really going for function over fashion in this room. There's a little ugly spots here or there to it, but it's going to be a sea of bud in here soon enough. When we turn this to like an indoor room in the future, where the math, I believe, is we'll put tables in here and then like 1,000 plants or something, and should get 2.5 ounces a plant is kind of, I think, the goal, with still like not packed in or still being able to walk around.
Yeah. No, that sounds good. I mean, it's a good setup right there. What kind of tables are you going with?
I believe I ended up with the Hawthorne / Botanicare tray tables. Yep, the rolling benches.
Nice. Right. Have you used those before?
Yeah, we've got those, and we have the Hydrofarms. I actually like the Hydrofarms better, but there was a supply issue, because right now we're in an international supply issue for all products, right? And cannabis products are not, any different.
Yeah, and you're really starting to feel that now. A lot of people out of stuff, prices up. Yeah, man, it's been kind of hard to get like raw supplies, especially if you are either building out or if you need, just your normal stuff, dirt, fertilizer, all that stuff seems to be, kind of on I guess, high demand, and also too the supply chain's kind of been, down a little bit or whatnot.
Man, it's no, there's an international shortage, man. All of India has a bunch of containers, and they've been shut down over COVID. China, Hong Kong, they've been shut down a bunch, man. They've got less containers on the market for all the rest of the product, right? All of our manufacturers were in a slight downturn slightly before COVID, and everybody started smoking tons of weed because they were unemployed and staying home, and they could smoke more weed, right? Right. So our industry all went up, and now like more people want bags of soil, more people want more people.
That's
so
good, though.
yeah, that's good though. It's all moving forward so fast, but like, we all want to expand, but we can't because we can't get Unistrut, or we can't get, this literally just happened to me, or I couldn't get 2x6 steel framing, or ACs are 16 weeks out if you want to do construction right now.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So it's hard all over. If you're building a grow room currently, you should really plan everything way ahead of time. It's not going to work any way like it normally should.
Yeah, you got to plan it proper because, stuff is so, behind now and going up in price and just not readily available. But you are right. Definitely, if you are planning something, in the near future, definitely at least get your material list in. Make sure it can get sourced or whatnot, because it is definitely hard to find, raw materials right now.
Yeah, man. My biggest complaint about building this room, though, was that I couldn't build a bigger one.
Hey, that's always the number one problem, huh?
So, man, what do you want to do on your next room? What are you going to do next time?
Honestly, if on a next room or next setup, I would say I would probably, start fresh with tables, move over to trellis. I would probably like to do some sort of fan setup like you got, like kind of, go away from the oscillating, the oscillating fans, kind of do the fans setup like you got going on right now. And then, I know I'd probably say, do some ductwork kind of similar to this, something that's going to have it where, where it can, not have a bunch of like microclimates and hot spots. And then I don't know, look at like different products that are out there now, like could be, like DPS panels. Does that have advantages? Any kind of, foaming on insulation that could help out with keeping the climates, dialed in. And then, any kind of like, stuff like Troll Masters, like maybe going to a pro or getting set up on, water automation, doing stuff like that, probably different stuff like that. If I could, do something else like that.
Yeah, the Trollmaster Pro is definitely something I'd like, but I know, man, the internet's not great out here.
Yeah, that is something. You gotta, if your internet's not working, that's not working,
What about LED vertical?
Yeah, that's something, LED is something I would like to, try out a room or something like that at some point. I've been hearing, even of recently, a lot of people are starting to switch over, people who are, been HPS like Enthusiasts or whatnot, and, always regretted the switch. I feel like a lot of people are making it and having like good results. It'd be good to try to, give that a run, see how that goes. And then you're talking like when vertical, like stacking up or whatnot.
Yeah. Vertical stacks.
I know that's something that we're kind of, doing that jive right now. In one of our bedrooms, we have a vertical stacked LEDs at the bottom and CMHs up top. It definitely makes more room. You can have more, put more plants on there, even if it's just for your 1 gallons or whatnot, free up some space. I know there's a lot of facilities. There's a facility I've heard about out here where they have, I want to say like 100 lights at the top and the bottom. I would just like to see it myself, how like a workflow or day of that would go. Cause setting that up and like, what's
it's
like beneficial.
Yeah. It's absolutely high labor.
Yeah.
There's advantages to it and there's disadvantages to it. That's for sure. You're going to, grow twice as much or 3 times as much weed, but it's going to take that much more effort to do it as well.
Yeah.
Right. It's not just like, growing 3 times more weed horizontally. It's like that much more difficult because now it's on ladders.
Yeah.
Right.
No, that's understandable.
Right. But it can be done, and the LEDs grow great weed, and it's just the expense. And I look forward. My next build.
There's always a next one.
My next build. Mm-hmm.
Straight up. That's funny.
Yeah, man. So check out this Mac, man. Check out this Mac 1. This Mac 1. It grows funky, huh? Do you know this plant?
I don't. I've never actually grown it. I know it's been really popular. The weed I've seen from it's been amazing.
It can be pretty good. It didn't fill out so much, but it's really stony, and it smells incredible.
No, definitely. It's got a nice look to it too. I've never actually seen it like in garden in person, but it's definitely a beautiful looking plant. Just looks super happy right there too.
Yeah, it's got a weird growth pattern, man. It's real slow. It's real slow until it's not.
Yeah. Does it seem to catch up with everything else, or is it kind of
okay? Hey, check it out. Those are cookies and cream, right? Those plants over there, and these are the Mac ones. These were started, the same time as those.
Were those smaller when they were?
No, it was all the same size, all the same cutting day. Right, all of this came out on the same cut. Well, okay, actually, that's not true. The stuff in the middle, this all came out on a week later cutting day. But everything else, all these taller plants, all on this side, that was all the same day, right? So, but the Mac, it grew so slow initially.
It really exploded then, because this
exploded. Now it's bigger.
It's like probably one of the taller plants in the room, honestly, besides these one in the corner over here on the left.
Yeah, but you just gotta baby it. You gotta watch the water. You gotta really work on that initial transplant and root bound it out, and then transplant it again and root bound it out, and and now it's happy.
Definitely look good. How's she do outdoor?
It did great, man. We're gonna make a bunch of crosses of it this year. We've got 28 different flavors so far we've planted. And then we've got about seven returning ones. Is 7 or 5? We've got Granddaddy Dog. We've got Purple Punch. Don't hate on me. We got Trainwreck. I've got Georgia Pine. We've got Mac 1. And then we've got Cookies and Cream.
Nice little lineup right there.
Yeah, I got a couple other melonades in here someplace. And
you gonna rerun that like sherb doses or any of that?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, absolutely. We're going to run a bunch of Cerbidosi-Dos. We're going to run a bunch of Lemon G13 Dosi-Dos. I'm going to do some, oh, man, the list is epic. I got a ton of Hawaiian strains. I figured, like, hey, where's the humid, but they grow dank wheat? Oh, Hawaii. So I called up my Hawaiian homies. And they were like, "Oh, hey, I live in Oklahoma now."
Straight up, it seems like everybody's out here now, huh?
Yeah, totally. And
Hawaii has some good strands. I've always had some pretty good Hawaiian weed, man.
Oh man, I traded like all of the originals, man. The Malachi Frost, the Puna, the Tar, the Tisnang. I got a bunch of originals, and then those crossed, right? And then I've got also like some other modern like Dutch strains crossed with local strains as well.
That's badass.
Yeah, we got about 12 or 13 of those. We went heavy on R&D on that.
So that's awesome. I'm interested to see what those look like when they're done.
And then I think we have some amount out of the whole archive catalog, probably like 80 or 100 of almost everything that he's produced I've been collecting them for the past couple of years, and we're putting all that out.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Can't wait to see those.
And then, man, my buddy Sean up at 707 Seeds, we've got his whole collection of seeds going to probably, I said 28, but that number's nowhere right, because I'm calculating like 42 or something inside my head now. We've got like all of the NorCal clones, all of the flavors, all crossed with this really hardy Kush Cleaner. That's a proven outdoor strain, a great indoor strain. Washes great. We've got it crossed with pretty much everything.
It sounds like y'all been busy, huh?
No, we're gonna be. We just popped all these. We'll have to come back later on. But mass pheno hunt. We're like, I got a cell culture lab we're building over here in the other building this year. And so by the fall time, that's all going to be ready. And we're going to have our online lab here where we'll be able to like test like nuggets as we go, plants as we go. And we're like, okay, that's the one. That's the one.
Hey, that's badass.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see that in action.
Yeah, no doubt, man. I tell you, my biggest problem with it all here, man, I really need some good, solid people to work.
I know, I hear you on that.
We should start an employment agency. Oh, hey, if you want a job in the cannabis industry, but you got to like be able to like, one, work well with others, two, work hard all day, three, have like zero ego and only admiration for the plant. Man, I think you could probably get a job with either one of us right now, right?
Easily,
or other people here in Oklahoma.
That sounds.
Call us first.
Yeah, definitely call us first. But if you have all those attributes, definitely.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Like, you got to be able to pick up 50 pounds and do it all day in the sun, right? You got to be able to like stand under like 60,000 watts, 100,000 watts of light. And
then also too, you can't really have like a kind of a normal work day. It kind of got to be on the garden time, like it's not your traditional work day. Kind of got to work around the plants,
Yes, sometimes it's like, oh, middle of the day, we had to shut down for this reason. If you want the hours, you can come back later.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Or for me, outdoor, like we do a lot of work here, but greenhouse, we grow up until December and process up until March this year. But there were some weeks where like, what are we going to do? And we had to find some stuff. But now this time of year, I told the guys, work as late as you want.
Yeah. No, straight up. It seems like you said there's those times where there's that down period. You could always find stuff to do. I mean, any one of us could find something for somebody to do. There's always work to do. But, definitely the busy season. I'm the same way. I mean, we got... we'll have our, slow week or so here and there, and then it just seems like you don't have enough people some weeks, just depending on where you're at in a cycle,
Well, I saw just last week on one of the major news networks that 300,000 people are now employed in the cannabis industry throughout the U.S. Can you believe that, man?
That's incredible. Love hearing those type of numbers,
300,000 people.
And hopefully it just continues to rise on top of that,
Oh man, that's like 1% of the population or something, right? What's the math? Can I get a statistics check on that? Here, we'll be back with you here in a minute. But no, seriously, if you want a job, look us up. Look me up first.
Straight up.
It's my show, bro. I'm just, I'm sorry.
Can't argue with you on that.
Yeah. No, we're looking for experienced cannabis people that either live in Oklahoma or were interested in moving here. We pay an honest wage for an honest day's work. Both of us are good people, and we're looking for all types of people. You can drop by resume for Freaux or for Chip at therealdirt.com. You can look on the website and it'll be a little thing someplace that'll say like resume, and you just like point that and like you can drop your resume in.
Hey, that sounds like a plan right there.
It could say like help wanted. It could say like employment opportunities.
Word to the wise too. It'd probably be the funnest job you ever had, huh?
Dude,
especially if you like weed. There's nothing better than working around weed plants all day.
Yeah. You don't get to smoke weed all day, but you definitely get to play with weed all day, right?
Yeah, straight up.
Right. Damn, man, this has been another fabulous episode here on The Real Dirt. It's almost like The Real Dirt with Freaux. That's how I should start saying it. Like, it's because, like, we know I'm The Real Dirt, but it's like, it's The Real Dirt with... All right, another episode. Here we are. It's The Real Dirt. And today's Real Dirt, we're with Freaux. I love it. All right, here, I'm going to start it over. All right, it's The Real Dirt. Here, there's another episode of The Real Dirt. My name's Chip, and this Real Dirt, we're with Freaux. It's The Real Dirt with Freaux. I'm going to have to work on it.
I like the way that sounded so far. I like the start.
I know. Last episode I had a song, right?
Yeah, that song was awesome, man.
You had some great weed there, man. I hope you brought some good weed this time, man.
Always. I definitely got a backpack full for you, Chip.
Well, we'll have to go up into the private residence after this and check it out. So thanks for joining us on The Real Dirt. You can download this episode and others at therealdirt.com. Please subscribe on iTunes or Spotify or wherever you get your favorite podcast, and make sure Real Dirt is one of those. And hey, also check me out on YouTube. I've just started a Real Dirt YouTube channel over there. We've got about 500 or 1,000 followers, and you too could be one. If you're not now, please join my YouTube channel, please. Real Dirt.